Hello, my YouTube family. Okay, so today has been an actual frustrating day. I had to go out and get some supplies today. Again, we're still staying on this pantry challenge, y'all. Basically, we're now taking this a lot further due to the price of food and everything else. I still have plenty enough to keep us going. I fell into, well, I was going to basically, try to do a convenient thing and look into getting some sausage and that, because I plan on trying to make pizza for us tonight. And when I started looking at the prices, I even had to get dog food, and my dog food jumped up another $3 to $4 for a big bag. I had to actually go down in size. I'm getting frustrated. Our plants, oh Lord, y'all, our plants came out today at our local co-op. And needless to say, we're paying about $5 per plant, when I can take a pack of seeds that has, for my tomatoes, approximately 25 seeds in a pack, and I got them for $2. I'm growing my own by seed. So when I started looking at these prices, I thought about y'all. I was looking for Italian sausage. Now, granted, a lot of these sausage mixes, they have nitrates, which will, on certain diabetics, can spike their sugar. It does my husband. So if I wanted ones that were low in nitrates, they were even more expensive. So I got to thinking, wait, I've got some ground pork at home, so I defrosted some ground pork, and I'm fixing to season it myself and make my own. I'm going to give you the recipe. I done started, so I'm only halfway through, so I'll tell you what I have in here. Right now, I have 2 teaspoons of parsley. Now, this is my own dehydrated, and I'm using it. I have a half a teaspoon of fennel seeds that I crushed. I have 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper. I have 2 teaspoons of my Italian seasoning mix. I'm doing now a half a teaspoon of paprika. I'm using my own homegrown paprika that I powdered. And I think I'm going to do this again. So I need, let's see, a half a teaspoon of this. I need 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. I am actually going to be growing our own cayenne this year to make our own. I need 2 teaspoons of salt. 1 and 2. I'm using Himalayan sea salt. I need 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. I'm actually going to use a half a tablespoon of granulated or powdered garlic powder. So I'm going to go half a tablespoon of this. And it says 1 teaspoon of minced onion. Again, I'm going to do a half of a teaspoon of powdered. And that is it, y'all. Now I'm going to mix this up. There is no nitrates in this. This mix will cover about 2 pounds of meat. Now you can use beef, pork, chicken, and ground turkey to make your own Italian sausage blend. I believe I've done this before, but I'm going to bring this back out because I'm looking at it this way. The more, if we can grow our own, basically, as well. Our own peppers, grind it, make our own spices, our own herbs, dehydrate it, store it up and use it. you're going to come out a lot cheaper doing it this way, and it requires, yes, to grow your own. But folks, I'm telling you, I'm standing up and saying no more. I'm not doing it. I'm not buying a single plant at our local feed store. I'm going to grow my own. So now I'm going to take about a half of this mix, and I'm going to sprinkle it. I've got about a pound of meat in here, so I'm only going to do about half of this mix. And I'm going to let this marinate in my refrigerator to bring these seasonings together. And the rest of this I'm going to store up in a jar, put a lid on it, and I'm going to put it in my pantry for another round if I need it or want it. We ended up, before the pantry challenge, we had a sale that we caught for pork. I think it was a pork butt, and we also had a pork tenderloin. I added pork fat to this. I ground my own pork, and I made this. So I've been having this in my freezer, and I'm glad. I am so glad that I could sit here and make my own Italian sausage for my pizza tonight. And that's it. Now I'm going to let this sit in my refrigerator. It's a few hours before we're going to be making supper, so this will give this plenty of time to marinate those flavors into this meat. And I'm going to have way less expensive Italian sausage for our pizza doing what I just did. And I left the product sitting on the shelf, y'all. I came home and did my own. So let me get my hands washed and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. I am a hot mess. I've been working in the chicken coop today. It's been a beautiful 80-something degrees temps. It's about to rain again, so I had to go take the covering off the windows so the chickens can have some more air in their coop. Cleaned out all the cobwebs, cleaned out all the nesting box, and I know I'm going to walk out there and they're going to have the nesting all over the place, but they had all of this cleaned out. So I would not be a homesteader, seriously, if I did not encourage you to start doing your own. Folks, if you have to buy seasonings in bulk, if you can catch a deal, make your own mixes. But preferably, if you want more flavor, please grow your own. There is a point, and I understand, before you get me wrong, I absolutely understand there's an inflation. I get that. But there also comes to a point when we can say enough is enough. We've had enough. I've had enough. I'm going to show you some examples, folks, in just a second. Okay, so currently our co-op is selling plants. They've got all of our brassicas out and stuff like that. One that definitely surprises me, but at this rate doesn't, they put out tomato plants. Now basically we can't put tomatoes out until about the 18th, the middle of April, beginning of May. Why on earth would a tomato plant be out right now? By the time you get these, you're going to end up having to transplant them over and over before you can even put them in the ground, because tomatoes grow rapidly once they sprout. But on top of that, you're going to pay $5 for one tomato, maybe two. Okay, you're going to get 4 containers. Okay, say you get 8 tomatoes for 20 bucks. That's if you can get 8 tomatoes for 20 bucks. When I got a $2 pack of seeds and I can grow 25 plants for 2 bucks. Does it make any sense? If you've got a garden, the convenience, I'm just going to tell you, they don't work. You're better off growing your own. What it takes to germinate a tomato seed is about a week, 7 to 14 days. That gives us plenty of time. I'm just now starting my tomatoes. This is going to give me plenty of time where I don't have to keep up potting them over and over before I can put them in the ground. So I start them now. I'm not going to go out and buy those plants. And folks, these are mortgage lifters. They're Cherokee purples, beefsteaks, 25 seeds for $2. And I'm going to go even further. I've got pepper plants where I spent $2 for a pack of seed for 50 seeds. And I'm going to pay $5 because somebody planted it and grew it for me, and more than likely it's going to be out of season when we get it. So folks, I'm going to encourage you again, as a homesteader, even if it's on your patio, 5-gallon buckets, 5-gallon fabric pots, in planters, even if they're rectangle planters, please grow your own. The nutritious value, the flavor, all of this is so much better if you grow your own. Save that money in your pocket, go cheaper, and just do your own. It's not that hard. You may have to invest in grow lights. You can go to Walmart and get inexpensive shop lights. They will work. They are long. You can use that. Build a platform like I showed in my video where you can hang your lamp up on top of that. So I'm going to encourage you over and over. I currently have 5 to 6 different varieties of tomatoes. I have about 4 to 5 varieties of peppers, and I'm looking forward to this. I'd rather grow my own, and I am saving a whole lot of money, because if I were to get 4 plants for 20 bucks, even 8 plants for 20 bucks, that's crazy. And if you're anything like us who grow big, you're going to be spending a fortune in your garden if you're just going to go for the convenience to have it already done. And then there's the other factor. Will they actually produce? Will they do right? Will they taste right? I'm not willing to take that risk. That is the reason why when I came home absolutely frustrated, even from the grocery store, having to cut my feed because the prices are going up. But yet, not just the prices going up, but the amount in the dog food bags have decreased. What used to be a 50-pound bag for like $23, $25 at the most, is now 44 pounds for $33.97. A 18-pound bag, which used to be about $20, is now about $16, $15.98. I end up taking that one, and I'll end up buying more just to feed my dog. It's crazy. And then when I looked at the prices for anything for me to buy less nitrates, it's more expensive. When I just decided, no, the convenience doesn't work. I am a homesteader. I know how to do this. So I came home after getting my bare necessities. I got a thing of mushrooms, I got a bag of dog food, and I got a can of black olives, and it cost me about $22. That's crazy, absolutely crazy. And if I would have bought the meat and all too, I decided to get what I needed. I left, I came home, went in my freezer, and as you've seen, I made my own sausage. And it's going to be so much more safer for my husband. There's absolutely no nitrates. He can literally have Italian sausage on our pizza freely. There is about a gram, and I think about a tablespoon of that mix of carbs in it. And when it comes to carbs versus the nitrates, I will choose the carbs over the nitrates that will spike him, because what most people don't know, when you look at that label again, and I will bring this up, it will show 0 carbs. Read what's in the product when it shows sugar. And every single time it had gotten us till I figured it out, there may not be any carbs, but those nitrates have sugar. It's part of their curing. So, and again, if you, with this mix, if you have salt issues or high blood pressure, you can decrease or omit the salt. That's what's great, because this seasoning is for everybody in every direction. You fix it the way you want it. You make it the amount you want it for your flavors. So I will put that in the description box below on the recipe to make your own homemade Italian seasoning mix. Use it for whatever you like, y'all. It tastes really good with turkey as well, and chicken, basically. So make your own. And please, we are getting into the growing season. For many of you, I understand. I do. I understand you still got a couple months, but it's coming, y'all. And so make your plans. What would you like to do? How can you grow your own and get the benefit of it? Honestly, growing plants, in another sense of it, is really therapeutic. To get out in the weather, in the sun, in that breeze, listening to those birds, putting those plants in the ground, in your soil, attending to them. I don't look at it as a job anymore. It's actually really therapeutic. I enjoy being in the sun. It fills my body with energy. It just brings so much light to me. It's uplifting. I've been in so much darkness with all this rain and that, and when I got out in the sun, honestly, it bothers me to be contained in the house to do anything. I want to be outside, just like now. That's the reason why I ran to my chicken coop. I've been putting off that job. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy, I've been putting off that job, but it needed to be done. And all those boxes needed to be cleaned. So regardless, it's beautiful. It's sunny. My clothes are hanging out on the line. I don't have a clothes dryer. They're hanging out on the line, fresh air, being out in that sun. And yesterday I planted a bunch of seeds. I planted kale, turnip, spinach. See what else I did. I did, Lord, I forgot. I had one more. I have ordered some Swiss chard because I didn't have any of that, so I need to get some of that. There's one more, and I can't remember what it was. I knew it was 2 containers of kale, radishes. That's it. I have a whole swimming pool full of 4 different variety of radishes. So I've already got those in the ground. I'm waiting for it. I'm transitioning to bok choy. However, I have 2 that I found are bolting. So I may be cutting them completely and sauteing them up in a meal this week. So no loss. It's great. They're baby bok choy, but they're tender, they're flavorful, and I grew it. That's satisfaction. I did that. So I'm going to enjoy that. I may have chop suey, chicken chop suey or something this weekend. So, and that's fantastic with bok choy. So I'm going to go ahead and I guess stop this rant. But y'all, I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing so many people suffer, and there's no sense in this. There's not. When I have a way to be able to help you the best I can, I'm going to do that. That's my goal. I'm not going to get into areas where I shouldn't, where I don't belong. My area is right here. My area is to show you what you can do for yourselves, how you can do this for yourselves. My area is to teach you how to make your own mixes and make your own homemade dishes. This is me. This is my homestead. This is how we operate. The rest of the world that's around me, I surround it out. I see when I go out like I did today, but I think of a problem solution. How do I fix that? I come home. I go to my freezer. I go to my counter and I start fixing up my meal. And that's exactly what I did. I solved a problem that I seen, and I didn't spend anything. The store kept it on their shelf. I'm going to do my best this year that the more this keeps on, I'm going to leave it to a new thing I'm calling leave them to their spoils. I'm not going to buy those plants. I'm going to leave them to their spoils. I'm going to grow my own plants. I'm not going to buy all those seasonings or those pre-mixed meats. I'm going to leave them to their spoils, and I'm going to grow my own, or I'm going to fix my own. And that's exactly what I did. It's sitting in my refrigerator. It smells amazing, just like I bought from the store, honestly. This stuff is really good, y'all. This is a really nice mix, so I will definitely share this with you. So until next time, y'all, I just had to do this. I'm hoping I'm encouraging you. Seriously, I'm hoping I'm encouraging you. I will do more of these spending time with you one-on-one, working outdoors. It's getting to the point that we're getting there. Right now I'm in germination phases. I'm planting. Like I said, yesterday I planted, or no, a couple days ago. It's been about 2 to 3 days now. I planted several variety of tomatoes, which I told you, artichokes and basil and stuff. So they should be within the next couple days starting to germinate. Yesterday I spent the whole day transplanting all my peppers. I have some more that got their secondary leaves. I did one this morning, transplanted it, and I'm going to be working on an eggplant next. So we're getting there. I'm starting, and yes, I know so many of you still have time, but if on your peppers, you can start your seeds anywhere to 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost. Your tomatoes, you can do the same. However, I would stay more into the 7 to 6 week range if possible. You don't want to have to keep up potting them. Now mine is scheduled basically to go out there in the middle of April, about the 18th. So I'm approximately at this point 8 weeks. By the time they germinate, I'll be 7 weeks. So, but again, they grow super fast. So I'm hoping I didn't do this too early myself. And then again, we may have an early spring and I'll be able to put them out in the ground sooner. So I'm excited to do this. I'm eager to grow my own. I have schedules in the end of March. I am going to start a bunch of herbs, growing my own. Why am I doing that? Because effectively I have learned to be able to have my own seasoning mixes in my pantry, and to make something like this out of it. The flavor is still absolutely amazing, and I did these last summer. It's almost a year and I still open the container and get that freshness. So this is an absolute, I'm doing that again. I used my medicinal herbs, my mullein. I have used my lemongrass. I have used my anise hyssop in teas. And I will definitely be doing this again, because it did. Naturally, it got me through when I had a cold. It helps me in being able to clean out my system. Lemongrass is really good. It's a diuretic, but it flushes your body out, and occasionally I need to do that. So I definitely will be doing this stuff again. So I'm hoping I have helped you. I'm hoping more than anything I have encouraged you. And I am absolutely looking forward to it. The more I think about what we're going through, I think about each and every one of you. And I'm thinking in more, and let me show you how to do more things. Homemade, make your own, and we can do this, y'all. Diabetic or no diabetic, we can do this. So until next time, much love to each and every one of you. And again, grow your own, make your own. We got this, y'all. Much love from Parton's Heritage Homestead.